2022 has really been an exceptional year for Anna and I. We got to take a few trips this year. We celebrated with some of our closest friends at their weddings, seen our friends have babies, but there was one event that took up the majority of our year. Of course, that was our wedding. What an amazing day. It sure is a lot to get done in 6 months, but we pulled it off, and I have to say, it went better than we could have imagined. We truly have the most wonderful friends and family. Like I've done for the last couple years, I'm going to take you through all the shenanigans we got into throughout the year. In January, I took a trip out to Las Vegas with my friend Andy. While we were there, we made a point to hit all the casinos on the strip. We also made a detour and visited Zion National Park and hiked Angel's Landing. It was icy on the way up, but we persevered and made it up safely. We also visited Leah and Chuck and got a famous big salad while we were there. Sure was a great way to start the year. We also made our annual winter pilgrimage to Devil's Lake with Dan, Amy, and Andy. It's great visiting the winter, because usually we have the place all to ourselves. February was a busy month for us this year. Our next trip came for Anna's birthday, and she didn't know it yet, but I planned to propose in Rocky Mountain National Park. I had a ring picked out and planned to propose at Dream Lake, but we were greeted by some less than favorable weather.
We've made it to Dream Lake, which I would say is more like Nightmare Lake. It is so cold and so windy. We're hiding in the trees. Dream Lake is right over here.
I needed to find an alternate quick, so we went back to Trail Ridge Road and found a less windy spot, and that's where I asked her to marry me. Miraculously, she said yes. We couldn't wait to tell our friends and family. We had a night booked at an Airbnb overlooking the park, and from the hot tub we called all of our friends and family to tell them the happy news. The next 2 days were spent at Mount Princeton Hot Springs Resort, where we relaxed in the mountain springs and talked about the wedding. Our next adventure would only start a couple days later for our friends Michael and Kelsey's wedding, and what an adventure it would be. Our flight got canceled, so we rented a car with our friends Connor, Katka, and Emily, who were all bridesmaids in the wedding, and road trip to Florida. Along the way we stopped at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, Congaree Park, and spent the night in Savannah, where we learned how to keep evil spirits and boo hags away on a ghost tour. It sure was an amazing wedding for Michael and Kelsey. The Florida weather didn't disappoint either. It sure was a fun, spontaneous trip. In March, I won free passes to Ski Brew in the UP at the Fondy Brew Fest, so we met Dan, Amy, and Andy for a ski weekend. I had never been skiing before, but after a couple wipeouts, I got the hang of it and had a ton of fun. We also visited with the Ski Brew Club in Milwaukee and went to the Tres Tetas, or Three Domes. I had my first race of the year in April, the Trailbreaker Marathon in Waukesha. I finished with a personal best time, 3 hours, 41 minutes, and 6 seconds. I also got a promotion at work in April too. My 30th birthday was in May, and to celebrate I ran the Ice Age Trail 50-mile race. This was my first ultra marathon, and I finished in 10 hours, 30 minutes, and 2 seconds. My mom, Kyle, and Anna helped cheer me along with Katka, Connor, and Emily. It was so great to have the encouragement throughout the race. What a great way to spend my 30th birthday.
All right, coming in from the 50-mile is Brian. Congratulations. Woo!
As the summer ramped up, so did the wedding planning. There still was so much to do. We got to have a fun weekend in Devil's Lake with our friends and celebrated with Star and Alex for their bachelorette party. We also enjoyed the Fondy famous Wale weekend. Also in June, we took a weekend off from wedding planning and headed up to the UP to explore around Pictured Rock National Lakeshore. We couldn't have had better weather. We took a boat tour and checked out several waterfalls and dunes along the Lake Superior coast. It sure was a great trip, but unfortunately on the way back home we hit a deer on the way. We were okay, but the deer didn't fare so well.
Okay, so this is our state right now. Got this broken ass windshield.
We also headed up to Eau Claire for the Blue Ox Music Festival with Katka, Connor, and Emily. This is always one of our favorite weekends of the year. We met some fun friends along the way, Parker and Greg, and took in all the sights and sounds of the festival. July proved to be another busy month. The 4th was spent at Channel Lake in our inflatable boat with my mom and Aunt Sheila, and then fireworks with our friends in Appleton. This has become kind of our new 4th of July tradition. My friend Andy and I also rode our bikes from Fond du Lac to Oshkosh and back, which is over 50 miles, which has been on my bucket list for some time. And then we blew off fireworks with Anna, Oliver, and Kyle. We also went to EAA this year, which is the largest air show in the world, in Oshkosh. I've wanted to go to this for a number of years, and this year we made it a priority. Next we had Anna's bridal shower, which was a great success, and put everyone in the wedding spirit for our big day in August. We also celebrated with Star and Alex for their wedding in July, and continued to prep for ours. I had a couple bad haircuts in preparation for our wedding. We also had our first big party of the year in July, along with my bachelor party and Anna's bachelorette party. Anna went out in downtown Fond du Lac with her crew and raised eyebrows in every place they went. While Team Brian went out to Shotgun Eddies and did whitewater rafting on the Wolf River. At last, August was here, and sure did it sneak up on us. I can't say thank you enough to everyone who helped pull everything together for our big day. We had a rehearsal dinner at the Mine Shaft, and the wedding and reception was at the Gibson in Oshkosh. It truly was a magical day. All the hard work over the last 6 months really paid off. We have so many wonderful memories that we'll treasure for a lifetime. After the wedding, we needed some time to decompress, so we took our mini moon, as we called it, to our favorite national park, Yosemite in California. We spent 4 tranquil days exploring the majesty of the park. As John Muir said, no temple made with hands can compare with Yosemite. Every rock seems to glow with life. We especially enjoyed the Mariposa Grove of big trees, which features over 500 mature sequoia trees. We started October off by celebrating Natesh and Nicole at their wedding. What a wonderful day it was for them. I placed second in my age group at the Scary Scurry 5K. This was my first ever 5K and my first time placing in a race. My time was 19 minutes 56 seconds. We also took a camping trip to Door County with Dan, Amy, and Andy and enjoyed all the fall colors. This year we also went all out for Halloween, decorating the house and having a real banger of a Halloween party. It was Mad Scientist themed this year. In November, Anna accepted an adjunct professor position at Marion, which was very exciting for both of us. I also won the Mercury Safe Award for 2022. We also celebrated my mom's birthday this year by visiting the largest pumpkin in Wisconsin. December started off with a bang by helping Team Mercury win the 2022 Corporate Challenge. We also took a weekend trip to the Dells with my parents and checked out the winter lights and water slides. Christmas snuck up on us fast this year, but it gave us a chance to see friends that were home for the holidays. And that's a wrap. I hope you had a wonderful 2022. This year sure has been a whirlwind for us, and here's to having an even better 2023. Cheers, everybody.
Being attacked. What? You've never seen that, Don?
Back full of these.
Stop that. Not inside the house. What would be your words of wisdom for someone who's just coming into their 20s?
Invest in your IRA and let compound interest do the work for you.
That's very wise.
And then I would also say, I don't know, put yourself first.